Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. I want to give you something, coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely day in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. Like I said earlier, I'm on my way to pick up Mom, and we're going fishing. And I'm all geared up. But what I want to leave with you also is a lot of, I call them tokens. Another one is, we at a crossroad. We are at a crossroad, people. There's no turning back. There's no squeezing out through the side. We are at a crossroad. Okay? And I asked a man at 65 years old, based on what he see today that's going on in the world today, what is it that he think that we could do as a people to make a difference in our men? How can we help? How can we love on them in a way that can help them in this day? Now, I ain't talking about yesterday and not tomorrow, but in this day. You know, this man took me way back to when he was a little boy. I said, sir, I want to know. You pretty much talk about what's going on in the world and how people are and what's going on. What do you think that we as a people can do to help, especially the women, to help our men in this day and time? What can we do to help them? He couldn't come up with anything. And you know why? Because the reality is they out of our reach. We at a crossroad. They are out of our reach. We are at a crossroad. So this man didn't know how to communicate anything to me. Okay? But one thing he loves him some James Brown. Okay? That's his idol, James Brown. And he said, I got something for you. And I'm going to tell you, this is deep with this man, because this is not the first time he did this, but this is the second time. As I look back over my life and I think how things were, I can truly say I was plucked out by the Most High Yah. I was plucked out. And let me tell you this. This man brought a song to me like he's done before from James Brown. It's called At the Crossroad. You all, James Brown didn't say very much of anything. But at the crossroad is where our men need help. Oh, hallelujah! What I realized is that we had people in our day and time that was singing deliverance to us. And even though we see that's what's wrong with us. We want what someone wants to mimic out of the biblical. You cannot go back into Torah and walk it today. You cannot go into the biblical and think that you're going to be able to teach it, live it, walk it, and talk it. You're not. Not with the type of stiff-necked and rebellion spirit you have on you. Okay? And have in time past as your fathers. Y'all just want you to seek ye him, the kingdom, and let him add everything else to you that is needed. You can't do it. You can't master Torah. You can't master Hebrew language. You cannot master the book and think you on cloud nine and think that you are sat here with all the power. No, don't do that. James Brown said, the name of his song was We're at a Crossroad. And I said to this man, I say, so you can communicate to me what you're feeling in this day, but the best way you can describe it is to bring me a song that James Brown was singing in time past, years ago. Years ago. It's called At A Crossroad. We're at a crossroad. And when he's played that song, it taps straight into the anointing in which I felt compelled to give this message regarding the crossroad. I said, how could this man have made this song that matched what I brought before you? I had never heard that song before. But if you hear it, it'll blow your mind. Because he tells you what the men need to do. It's the men that is the issue. And that's where the crossroad is, where we're really at. It's where with the men. And he's singing this song, and I was like, how could he? But then I thought about what this man did before. We were talking about Samson and Goliath. How David defeated Goliath. This man came up, couldn't communicate, but he came up with a song James Brown had, and this was almost a year ago, James Brown had made about Goliath. Do you know it was actually telling us what was going on in this state today? James Brown song. James Brown been warning us about the underground power way back, but because our necks are so stiff, we don't want nobody to teach us nothing. Y'all would say he would take that which, I think he said the world, I mean, it's things that the world has for us to learn. And what we think is, we don't need what they have to say. We got the book. We got the Torah. We got our men. You men need to sit y'all tails down. I mean, sit your butt on the ground so hard that you can feel your bone crack. That's what's wrong with the men today. All they doing is fussing and debating and fighting, trying to control, trying to get a cult together. That's all they are doing. They ain't doing nothing else that have to do with the Most High Yah. And the Most High Yah said that. He have spoken that to my spirit. So Sister Deborah, would say this here again. We are at a crossroad. I'm sorry. I got the phone. I'm trying to turn and drive. We are at a crossroad. And I say again, as I said unto him, I say, what can we do to help our men? Positive things. We are at a crossroad. And James Brown nailed it. That's deep to me. He even nailed Goliath and how the world is today. And you think back to a lot of things they were singing. They couldn't speak it out because they was connected to that underground power, but they had it in their words. So we better be careful in how we label things and think we know it and we control everything and we got the answer to everything because we know Torah, we know Hebrew, we know Greek, or we know the book. Oh, no, I don't care. That don't mean nothing. And until you know the Ruach HaKodesh in a way that is humbling, you know nothing. You know nothing. Because the Ruach can come and bust the Torah out of its place. And that's what people don't understand. They still don't give the power. He said they deny the power. And they take on understanding and their understanding of what they read. But they go into reading the book without the power. Sister Deborah said shalom and shalom. I'll be back again. But we are at a crossroad. We are at a crossroad. Shalom and shalom.